SMU at Memphis. This was an awesome game. We were both on SMU to win the game. But guess what we were also both on? Memphis plus 7.5. And did we middle that?
Middle, 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 middle.
Middle. That's exactly what we did. Final score, SMU 38, Memphis 34. There was 900 total yards of offense in this game. And when there's 900 total yards of offense and the over 66 is on Dawson's Diner, you are cashing that. Now, it took a fourth quarter. It took a fourth quarter drive, touchdown drive from Memphis for that to cover. But, I mean, what are we talking about here? Seth Hennigan was awesome. Surprisingly, Memphis did not run the ball that well with Blake Watson, who's been so good all year. So I guess that's a credit to SMU's front seven. And Preston Stone did enough that last drive that they orchestrated where they just shaved off like 6 minutes off the clock or 5 minutes, whatever that was, scoring that touchdown and having Memphis basically needing to score two touchdowns in order to come back in that game. So, actually, I guess Memphis missed that last extra point. So it would have been a touchdown and a field goal, but they missed the extra point. So then they had to go get a touchdown, whatever. Doesn't matter. Great job by Preston Stone. Great job by Brett Lashley. Yeah, Seth Hennigan had a game. 402 yards passing. Guy was slinging the ball around the yard. So this SMU defense, I feel like, can get got. Now SMU plays Navy next week. I would assume they win that game. They go to the American Championship. But they got to play either Tulane, whose defense is pretty dang good this year. It has been awesome. Or they got to play UTSA, whose offense has been absolutely buzzing with Frank Harris. And Jeff Chairl's got those boys absolutely riled up. Unfortunately, Memphis is eliminated from the American Conference Championship hopes, but they still had a good season. They're 8-3 right now. They can win next week's game. They could go 9-3. Even 8-4. That's a pretty good season. It's a pretty good season. So, and the outlook with the AAC next year, with SMU leaving to the ACC, there's a potential chance for Memphis to do some damage next year. So I say they keep building on it. Seth Hennigan will be back unless he hits the transfer portal and goes to a higher level program. I don't think he does that. I think he can get his money right where he is and be a stud because that's what he's been this year. So I've really liked him. Really, really liked him. So any thoughts on this game from yourself?
For sure. I think you nailed most of the talking points about the game for sure. We talked about SMU and its ability to attract talent in the transfer portal, namely Texas talent wanting to come back home. And we saw L.J. Johnson and Kamar Wheaton, two guys, highly rated running backs, transfer portal guys, both from the state of Texas, like played really, really well. And L.J. Johnson on that last drive was huge for SMU. Right, he made plays, ran the ball, let him turn clock, and extend that lead. Obviously, Memphis did the backdoor cover there, which was huge for us. We love that. And for the over, we love that as well. But yeah, I just think like Preston Stone's a guy. Like this, the SMU moving the ACC, they got a real shot. Now, obviously, job's not finished here. They got to go beat Navy, they mentioned. They're going to play a pretty darn good team, I think. Like we talked about the AAC. Sure, like the bottom half is not really that competitive. But the top four teams, Tulane, SMU, UTSA, and Memphis, are pretty good. Especially like they're top 40 teams, top 45 teams in the country, I believe. And they're playing like it. And Memphis, obviously at home, you'd love to win this game. But you didn't get it done against a really good SMU team. And it happens. It happens.
Yeah, I agree. And look, LJ Johnson was bred for this game. And the reason being, you get up at SMU late in the fourth quarter. Who do you turn to? None of the kids. If you don't know Texas football, you don't know Cy-Fair, where LJ Johnson went to high school. That is a gritty, grind, pound the rock school. We're talking about running the ball 50 times a game, just lining up under center in I formation, wishbone, whatever it is they run. He's touching the ball 35 times, so he is groomed for that position. He's a large human being, and he did well. Was it 21 carries, I think? A lot of those coming in the second half, 115 yards and a touchdown. Yeah, this is a really good win for SMU. Really good win. Kudos to us for middling this. Kudos to the Dawson's Diner for having the over in this game. Great game. I really enjoyed this game. This was a fun game to watch. Back and forth. Lots of scoring. Lots of fireworks. It was awesome.
real quick here, does Rhett Lashley get some hot seat or not hot seat talk, but like coaching carousel talk? Right, Mississippi
I-
State. I've heard his name come up,
Potentially, yeah,
but
potentially. But
I
also
don't know.
too, SMU
I don't.
is it just became a really good job.
Yeah, but at the same time, like since we talked about Cincinnati was moving, and we saw our guy go from there to Wisconsin
Yeah.
and
Okay,
Luke
but let me
Fickle.
ask you this: like
Different. Yeah,
with
I get it. I
SMU
get it.
moving
I
to
get
a
it.
power conference, like okay, so I'm gonna take the Texas A&M job after this. I don't think he's a candidate for the Texas A&M job. He could be. I don't know. But let's say the next best job that's available right now, probably Michigan State. If you had to ask me, maybe UCLA. Because SMU's in a power conference now, with those boosters and where they're
Yeah,
located, I think SMU is actually a better job. Like you have a better chance to succeed at SMU than you do at Michigan State.
I no, I agree, and that's why I kind of brought it up because I think they're gonna go in the ACC and like really compete, really compete there. And I love their addition to the ACC because where they are located, who else in Texas is in the ACC? It's just
No
them.
one.
I get it. There's a lot of other competition in the state of Texas for recruiting, but like to me that matters, right? And like I don't know, I think SMU for sure program on the rise here. They're gonna go in and compete right away. Preston Stone's a guy. They got the talent on this roster for sure.
Absolutely.